store-bought ladyfingers? Forget that. Once you try these homemade ladyfingers, you'll never go back. They are delicate, soft, crisp on the outside, and absolutely melt in your mouth. The secret to perfect ladyfingers actually starts before you even crack an egg. You need a clean, grease-free bowl for your egg whites. And I mean seriously clean. Even a tiny trace of fat can ruin your meringue. So wipe everything down and make sure you're starting with a spotless bowl. Now let's preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius and line 2 baking trays with parchment paper. Also get your piping bag ready with a large round tip, something around ½ an inch. Carefully separate your eggs while they are still cold from the fridge. It's much easier this way. Make sure no yolks get into your whites, or they won't whip up properly. I like to separate each egg into a small bowl first, then transfer the whites to the mixing bowl. That way, if one yolk breaks, you don't ruin the whole batch. Let the egg whites come to room temperature before whipping. It helps them to whip up to more volume. We are starting with the egg whites because we are basically making a French meringue here. Add the egg whites to your clean bowl with a pinch of salt and start whipping. Today I'm using a hand mixer, but you can absolutely use a stand mixer as well. Both work just fine. Once the mixture starts looking foamy, gradually add half of the sugar, little by little. Don't dump it all at once. Slow and steady helps build a stable structure. Keep whipping until you get stiff, shiny peaks that hold their shape. Just like this. See how the peaks stand up on its own? That's exactly what we want. Now set this bowl aside and let's move to the bowl with the egg yolks. In a separate bowl, whip the egg yolks with the remaining sugar and a splash of vanilla extract. This time you can add all the sugar at once. We are aiming for a thick, pale mixture that usually takes 3 to 4 minutes with an electric mixer. You'll know it's ready when it ribbons off the beater and sits briefly on the surface before sinking in. It should almost look like custard. This step builds structure and gives us that signature ladyfinger texture. Time to bring everything together. Grab a spatula. We are going to fold the egg whites into the egg yolks in 2 or 3 additions. Go gently, like a lady. We are making ladyfingers, remember? Fold until everything is just combined and you no longer see any streaks or whites. To avoid deflating, you can also use a whisk. And do not overmix. Once it looks uniform, stop. We want to keep all that air we worked so hard to whip in. Now sift in your flour and cornstarch, right over the butter. Sifting helps incorporate air and prevents lumps. And just a quick note, cornstarch is optional, but it helps to create a slightly more delicate and tender texture. I use all-purpose flour, but cake flour works great if you want an even lighter result. Fold the dry ingredients gently just like before. And again, don't overmix. Transfer the butter into your piping bag. Here's the little trick. Place the bag in a tall glass or a jar and fold the edges down over the sides. It makes filling the bag so much easier and cleaner. And here's another quick tip. Pipe a tiny dot of butter on each corner of your parchment paper to keep it from sliding around while you pipe. It really helps. Now pipe your ladyfingers about 3 to 4 inches, which is about 8 to 10 centimeters long. Leave some space between each one. Apply even pressure, then stop and lift. Don't worry if the first few look a little wonky. They don't have to be perfect. And trust me, they'll still taste amazing. Generally dust pipe cookies with powdered sugar. And don't be shy here. Then let them rest for 5 minutes. During this time, the sugar starts to dissolve slightly, helping form that signature crackly crust. After 5 minutes, dust them again. It might seem like a lot, but as they bake, the sugar caramelizes slightly and gives that sweet, crisp top. Now bake them in the preheated oven for 10 to 12 minutes until they are puffed, lightly golden, and springy to touch. And while they are in the oven, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty more amazing recipes coming your way. And if you are enjoying this video, hit that like button. It really helps me keep making content like this. Once they're out of the oven, let them cool completely on the tray. I know it's tempting to sneak one, they smell incredible. But if you move them too soon, they can collapse. Let them cool, and then just look at these. Golden, airy, soft in the center, and that sweet crisp top. These are absolutely perfect. They are incredible on their own, but they are especially amazing in tiramisu. And if you haven't seen it yet, my tiramisu recipe has nearly 8 million views. So first of all, thank you. But if you haven't seen it, the link is in the description. And if you want the full written recipe, it's on my blog. You'll find the link down below, along with lots more tips. If you have leftovers, store them in airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 to 4 days, or freeze in a zip top bag for up to 2 months. They defrost beautifully.